thought it would be a really cool idea to buy something at auction that I see another dealership selling here at Mannheim. And we purchased a vehicle, 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee. We have now found an oil leak on this vehicle. We're almost to Mannheim. We're gonna go pick this car up and get it back to the store so we can sell it. You won't believe this. Oh my gosh. The car has now been hit. Look at that.
Well, then they need to take this car back.
Yep, so I just emailed the arbitrator with pictures and we'll see what happens. That's right. Wacky Wavy Frank is not happy because we got our car hit, as you saw in our last video. But what he is crazy excited about is we got approved from the town of Georgetown to install something that we've wanted to do since we started this building. So come with us and let us show you the shenanigans that we're about to get into. Well, the very first thing we've got to do is figure out how these things were put in here. If there's any indication on how everything else in this building is done, i.e. half-assed, I would be surprised if there's cement in here. So my goal is to, oh, there is cement in here. I'm duly shocked. Goal is to put some notches in here, use a chain, and pull them straight up. We'll see if that happens or not. The good news is this top stuff is all really, really soft. So there is cement down there, as you saw, but of course everything that's done for this place previous to me having it is done completely wrong. There appears to be about a foot diameter of cement from the post, which seems to be way too much for a diameter hole this big for a post that's 4x4. So there's 3 rules of thought here of getting this out, and one, we can dig it out, which is a lot of labor. You'll see why I'm breathing heavy, but so
you don't want to dig out because you're breathing so
right
heavy now.
So darn post-COVID. Second way was what I like to call the redneck method, and that is putting a tire, looping a chain around the pole, hooking the chain to the truck, and pulling that out and using that as like a lever or a snatch block to get that to go out. And then third is this way. I guess I did forget that we could use like a high lift jack and do exactly kind of what I'm getting ready to do here, but I'm going to use this engine hoist and we're going to use it like a high lift jack would go. Here's attempt 1. We'll see if this works or not. Of course, this back is lifting up. Just gotta get set into the ground, I guess. All right, attempt number 2. We got a couple of pavers.
Put your post back here instead of up there, and we just have that whole area.
Yeah, we can do that.
Empty.
Let the next guy worry about it.
Yeah. Back a little bit further.
Yeah.
We can dig up these pavers and we can make this area
Yeah, I plan on that.
better.
These pavers weren't going to stay here, right?
Throw some mulch down. We need to put spotlights in there. Anyways.
I told you this was a dumb idea not to use it. But you insisted, like, no, I saw this on YouTube.
Me? Get on YouTube? I don't get on YouTube.
All right, try 3, 4. I don't know what it is, but before I sawed it off, I actually hit the side of it just to see, and this is literally all the cement that was in there. It's right next to it, and I've dug down 8 inches, right? And
that's what he said.
That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
I still like your idea. We're not going to reuse this hole because there is some cement down there, but we got to go to Home Depot and get some fun stuff. When I put my shovel in there the first time, I'm like, holy crap.
I see what you did there. Puns.
You know, they got this thing 3 feet in the ground, a foot wide of cement. This is all cement here, and just like that, didn't even hit it with the hammer. Perfect.
1 hour later.
We're back from Home Depot. We have our 2 4x4s. These are both 12 feet long. We got 6 bags of Quikrete, so I'm thinking that we're not going to use that many, but I wanted to make sure. You have a see, we have our saw, we have what we're going to shore up our post with when we set them. We have rented a auger because Chevy dude ain't doing no manual post hole digging, baby. This is an 8-inch auger that we're gonna have to sit there and, you know, like make the hole a little bit bigger. These posts in about 3 feet or so, and they'll be set for good. Just thought of this. I didn't call before I did.
Call 811 every time before you dig. Know what's below. It's the law.
Right next to a major highway. All the power lines are up there. Water would be underneath. There's no natural gas in this area. I think we're fine.
Perverted.
All right, that's a lot of wood, but I'd rather have too much than too little. We'll just cut this down to the height. It looks pretty deep in there, and I think once we put concrete in there, we'll be fine. Ran into all sorts of rocks, and hopefully that got on camera, but that's just one rock. You can see another big one right here. That was all over the place. So now you can see we are all done. It's all shored up. Everything's perfectly level. And now we just got to let the concrete set. So here it is. All pretty much, you know, 50, 60, 70% done. And she just got here and did nothing all day.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you haven't noticed, we work as a great team, and she did awesome. I only yelled 43 times at the top of my lungs, and she cried once.
You are such a storyteller.
All right, we have an update on our Jeep that was hit at auction while we took it over there to get arbitrated. Let's just say it's been kind of interesting. And I'll always remind you that I've been doing this for 22 years. This is all new stuff for you, right?
Not even 6 months.
Not even 6 months. You're a rookie. There was a lot of comments. You look pissed off on that last video. And I was perturbed as well. And I think that's like, for us, that's our top level of being upset. Like, we don't yell, we don't scream, you know.
I drop a few F-bombs.
Yeah, here and there. I mean, you know, I tell people all the time when they meet me, it's like off camera, I kind of cuss a little too much. I don't cuss much on camera. She's new to this, so it's all reaction to her, just like you guys are all new to this, because not very many people out there, if anybody out there, is showing you behind the scenes of a car dealership. So Mannheim, Louisville calls us and says, hey, we'll just get it repaired for you if that's what you want, and it'll be good. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. You were like,
take it back.
She's like, no, we don't want that wrecked car. We didn't buy it wrecked. And I'm like, settle down.
Whatever.
Your hair was all standing up on end. I'm like, no, accidents happen. Lot damage happens. And we just were talking that day that there's a dealership here in New Albany that's a really nice dealership, and they're so tight and landlocked. I'm like, how much lot damage do they have? And then we get there and we find this out. One of the things that I've learned from Ryan Bachman is at Bachman Chevrolet is that, you know, when you're honest, nothing bad happens to you, right? So lot damage is going to happen, and when it happens to my lot, I just want my employees to be honest with me, so that way we can just get it taken care of. I don't feel that it's fair for me to go back over there and share with you the condition of the vehicle as much as I want to, because we just got a call from Mannheim and they told us what?
That it's structural damage.
Yes, so that little bitty bump that you see on camera right now didn't seem to be much, but somehow when they took that fender off and they got inside the car, that there was something structural that damaged the car. I didn't get into details what. They're doing the right thing, just being very professional, being very honorable, being very respectful to us, because we have a really good working relationship. And they're like, we'll just take it back. And I'm like, yep, you guys just bought yourself a Jeep, and I don't want it. So they're doing the right thing and taking it back. I don't know what damage there was, and again, I don't want to go over there and invade their employees' privacies and start showing things, but it's interesting that something that seemingly was small, not a big deal, turned into a big deal. And basically what happens in auction life is they find something structural, they have to report it. Now, this would have happened on this lot, I don't think we would have found it. I really don't. I sent it to a body shop. Body shop may not have found it. This is how detail-oriented Mannheim is, and what I'm glad that they did to protect us, because they did not have to do this, and they could have just slapped that bumper cover back on and shipped it right back to us, and we would have sold it unknown. So I'm glad they did the right thing, and that's why I love working with Mannheim. A lot of you guys have asked about the dog. So this is Corey. Portia has got her butt on camera, and that's all you can see of her. And a lot of people have asked what happened with her leg right here, because she walks on kind of like 3 legs. What's the terminology of what happened?
There's no terminology.
Oh,
her
yeah.
mother sat on her.
Yeah, at 2 days old, her mom sat on her and took a...
But she is missing a chunk out of the hock of that leg.
Yep. So she walks, and you can see that right there, that she just kind of walks, but walks funny. But the best advice we got when we got her as a puppy, we got her at 10 weeks old. as our vet said, don't treat her any different. So, and we didn't. And I'm so glad we got that advice, because if I throw this ball, she'll jump up and be fine and run after it and not have an issue. So there's our dogs. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Drive safely. We went old school there. We went old school there.